Kenneth Guntai, and I'm the innovator of this electric tuk-tuk and the electric handcarts. The idea of these products came as a way of trying to revolutionize the conventional handcart we have in our major town, and we realized that we have millions of youth who use the manual handcart to ferry items from one point to another to earn a living. But you realize that these youth face a lot of hurdles in terms of energy they use to push this conventional handcart, hence reducing their productivity level. So we realized we need to come up with a better version, and that version is an electric handcart, which will make their work easier and increase their productivity level. As I've seen, I realized that the many youth you have in our cities are using a lot of energy to push the conventional mkokoteni we have. So what inspired me is the fact that there is a time that the governor of Nairobi, Dr. Heaven Kidero, wanted to ban the use of conventional handcart in our city, Nairobi, and I realized many youth will lose jobs as a result of that directive. So I realized that we need to come up with a better version for our city, which is even more competitive with our vehicle in our cities, and hence the idea to come up with an electric handcart. Coming to NYS was a result of the government support. When I came up with the handcart, I realized it requires a lot of capital, it requires a lot of technology to come up with a better version of the handcart. And then that is the time now the Ministry of Public Service realized they needed to support me, and they sent me to National Youth Service. They appointed me to the National Youth Service, not only to come and do this product, but also to capture many other talent from our youth and the staff within the National Youth Service, so that we can be able to come up with other products even beside this. So when I came here, the management of the National Youth Service, the Director General, embraced the projects and funded it fully, so that we were able to come up not only with the handcart we have, but also we are able to develop a more advanced electric tuk-tuk that you can see here. Yes. So as I was saying earlier, when I came up with this electric handcart, I realized that I needed some more support from the government to move to a better version, because the capital outlay that was required was so high. So I was able to get support from the Ministry of Youth, Gender and Public Service, whereby I was appointed the National Youth Service, not only to produce a better version of this product, but also to tap more talent from the youth servicemen and women, and also staff, so that we can be able to come up with other innovation. So when I came here, the project was hosted at the Engineering Institute, the National Youth Service Engineering Institute, where we are able now to come up not only with an electric handcart, but we are also able to advance to to a new electric tuk-tuk, which you can see here. And the work has not been easy. We have been working as a team with the engineers at the Engineering Institute, and we are able to come up with what we have today.
My name is Stephen Mwai. I'm the Chief Principal at NYS Engineering Institute. Currently, I perform the duties of Deputy Principal as well as an engineer at the school and as a trainer. Because of the equipment that we have at the Engineering Institute, we are able to attract innovators like you've seen Ken and his innovation. And in the process of him developing his equipment or such other equipment, we are able to develop our youth. Because being an engineering institution, the innovators with our engineers at the Engineering Institute and our students who train in engineering, we're able to train. We're able to train them, and also we're able to develop jobs, direct and indirect jobs for our youth, And that we now will have more of them, more training and more relevant training to them, the trainees that we have at NYS.
What we have here is an electric handcut, and the reason why the electric handcut we have is a better version is, one, it has no more round capacity, a pay round capacity. Secondly, as I've said, you don't need to use your human energy to push or pull, you just drive as you walk. The other thing is that the handcut we have can be able to recharge itself while in motion through a system called regenerative motion recharge system, which is able to recoup energy from the rear wheels, convert it into electric energy and recharge its own batteries. The other thing about the Kokotén we have is that it can be able to carry more than 500 to 750 kg of around at any given time, and the users does not need to use their energy. When you come to the electric tuk-tuk, the electric tuk-tuk we have is a modern tuk-tuk in a way that one, it has a more rounding capacity. It can carry more than 1.5 ton round capacity. Two, it has a speed of more than 60 kilometers per hour. And the beauty with it further is that it can carry more than 6 passengers at any given time. But what we have here is a passenger tuk-tuk. We are intending to develop even a tuk-tuk for carrying luggages, a trailer-like tuk-tuk. And also, we are intending to come up with a better version of what we have here, because what we have here didn't have the advantage of the industrial design. So what we are doing is that as we move to the pilot stage, we want to develop more unique model of this tuk-tuk and handcut, which have the advantage of the industrial design. And more so, when we go into the pilot stage, we want to scale up to other line products. For instance, we know Kenya is developing smart cities like the Konza city and the Tatu cities. We are not anticipating that the fossil fuel matatus will be used there. So we are coming up with a new version of a smart city bus, a shuttle bus, probably a 14-seater bus, which will be able to be used within those smart cities, or rather what we call last mile connectivity, even in our town. Yes.
So my name is Bradley Mbagaya, an engineer by profession, also an entrepreneur. I own a company called Bradish Industries where we fabricate and design local machineries. And I was the lead engineer for this particular project where I was introduced to Mr. Gwantai Kenneth, who had a very noble idea, and I decided to jump into it. He wanted a rechargeable system, a self-rechargeable system, and that is what I came to provide. Now, the products that we currently have are very unique, first of all in terms of capacity, in terms of the charging system. Unlike the current electrical products that are currently there in terms of mobility products, these ones are a bit different in terms of the recharging system. So for example, the current tuk-tuk that we have fabricated, it has a recharging system that will enable it, instead of covering 90 kilometers an hour, it will do 300 to 400 kilometers in terms of mileage. So the same system we have fitted it on the handcut, which right now has a carrying capacity, the tuk-tuk has a carrying capacity of 6 passengers and a loading capacity of around 1.5 tons. It will do comfortably a gradient of around 45 degrees at maximum speed of 45 kilometers an hour. Same as the handcut, which has a loading capacity of around 500 to 700 kilos. This one will do around 5 kilometers an hour comfortably, which is conventional walking speed. And it will also be utilized in all terrains, because we have fitted it with all-terrain tires, and even the chassis and all that are strong enough. So the current products that we have are actually not just state-of-the-art, but it is the future of electric mobility. So my name is Bradley Mbagaya, an entrepreneur and an engineer, and we have the potential to actually do the things that normally we get from outside in. We can do it in-house. We have the manpower, we have the skills, we have the raw materials. So I want to urge all Kenyans, we buy Kenya and we build Kenya.
to encourage our youth. We are urging Kenyans to buy Kenya, build Kenya.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Gontai, an innovator of the electric tuk-tuk and the electric handcart we have here. What I urge Kenyans is that we have the potential to build Kenya ourselves. We have the potential to build products for our country. We have the potential to solve the problem we have in our country using the products produced by Kenyans themselves. For instance, what we have here is able to compete with other products that come from other countries, and I think our intention is to build products specifically for the problem that we have in Kenya. What I urge Kenyans is that don't fear to come up with something. Don't fear to develop products that will be able to solve the problem that we have, the perennial problem that we have in the country. Build Kenya, Brad Kenya.